I've got to say, guys, it is very nice having this monster spawner here. It sure does help to pass the time, to have something to do other than sit and wait for those trees to grow. I have still not gotten all the cobblestone that I'm interested in getting. Mostly at this point, I'm actually just waiting on the iron to spawn. As soon as I can get enough iron over there to make a bucket, I will be ready to go. That's what I'm working towards. And what's that? Off the latest piece of dirt that I just drove through, I got some sugarcane seeds. Pretty excited another about thing that'll help me out a little bit down the road, a rubber tree seed. That is going to come in so handy. That's the start of so many things that I will need to get down the line. All of the Mine Factory Reloaded. Oh, just so many mods are opening up to me as soon as I can get going. So, I finally managed to get enough iron that I can do the next step. So, what you do, after you put everything through the sieve to try to get the materials, in this case I was using gravel because it's sort of the first step, you get yourself 4 pieces of broken iron ore, put it in here, and you get a broken iron gravel. And you take that out, much like everything else, you hit it with the hammer. That'll give you back a certain amount of crushed iron ore. Then you put 4 of that together. See, I kind of got an extra piece there, so it's almost like I'm not quite doubling my ores, but I am getting more back for doing this. Then you get iron ore sand. Same thing again. And I broke my hammer. But I did manage to get, with the 1 piece that I had from before when I was trying to get all the bone meal, now I have 6 pieces of powdered iron ore, and 4 of those makes an iron ore dust, which is good to be smelted as 1 ore. So that is step 1. Now I just need 2 more of those and I can make myself my bucket. And look at that, guys. I got some grass seeds. That is also another one of the things that is a huge gateway, because grass seeds allow you to start spawning passive mobs, animals like cows and sheep. That's how I get a whole bunch of different drops and items for recipes that I will need in the future. Alright guys, and there we go. I've got the cobblestone that I will need to make the bucket, or to make the lava itself, and I've got the iron to make the bucket. Now I did get, as you can see, a couple extra pieces. That's the benefit of breaking down the gravel in the sieve first and then hammering all the products that come afterwards, is that at the end of it I got some extra iron bits and was able to make 3 more ore. That's a really great start. So I'm going to burn this in the furnace, just all 6 of it, because it all needs to become iron, and then I'm going to put the 4 cobblestone in here. Now this is going to take some time. I accidentally put 5, but oh well, it'll still burn up. It's going to take some time because I'm having to use just a torch here. As you can see, the crucible there is full of the cobblestone, and eventually, with enough time under that, that will become a bucket of lava. There's the first 3 iron ingots done. So let's come over to the crafting table, put that in there, and there we go. We've got a bucket. That enables to move water around, lava around, of course, as well. So from that point, I just really need to find a place to put this. I figure probably just off the back over here would be the best. I do have a couple of other areas kind of set up for some other purposes, and I did add another set of trees here just to speed it up a little bit. But let's see. Grab this barrel of water, and then we'll come over here. Since I did accidentally throw one of those cobblestone in there, I guess I'll have to use the slabs to hold the lava in place. That'll look good anyways, though. It'll add a little light to this otherwise dark area back here. There we go. Cut a few of those out, and then we'll cut a few of the floor tiles out as well. Okay. There we go. That gives us a nice little place for the lava to go. And then I just got to build a similar spot for the water. Which I think, since it's going to be constantly touching water, it doesn't really matter if I go ahead and build that bit out of the wooden planks here. Possibly it does. I don't know. If the whole thing catches fire, I guess I'll know then. But I don't think it will. Okay. And that's where the water bucket will go, and it will flow down, so that way the lava will have something to meet and turn into cobblestone. So let's go see how that bucket of lava is coming along. Doesn't look like it's quite ready yet. Still tearing that cobblestone down, unfortunately. So, once I get it all back together and make sure it doesn't burn my base down here, I'll be right back, guys. And here we go, guys. That's my cobblestone generator all set up. Got the lava there, which is flowing into the water. Water back over there. I can pick up the cobblestone by doing this if I'd like, but probably slightly better for my purposes, a little more direct, what I should actually do is bust out my hammer. Just start doing it directly. Doing this will turn it into gravel, first and foremost, and secondly, what it'll do is the hammer is actually coated to make the item that it pops out go directly towards you instead of just in a random direction like a pickaxe does. So, I get this, I get lots of gravel, and then I get lots of other resources, because sieving gravel is how you get a lot of different things, up to and including diamonds. So now I'm at the second stage, where I'm just going to be gathering more resources. And don't think I've forgotten about my tree farm over here. As you can see there, I made a pair of shears. And what that's going to do, let me get the leaves real fast. And then all these leaves you can also put inside of a barrel, and it'll compost them just like it would saplings. So instead of doing the composting to get dirt with saplings, I'm now just going to do it with leaves instead. And so as you can see, that gives me way more stuff to compost than it did when I was doing it with the saplings. Unfortunately, even with crooks, the sapling drop rate is still a little bit low for the purposes that we have in the future. Because I'm going to have to build whole platforms out of dirt, because eventually I'm going to want to start farming, and of course you have to plant, for instance, those grass seeds that I showed you earlier, onto some dirt in order to turn it into your first blocks of grass, which is where your neutral mobs can spawn, like cows and sheep and pigs and stuff. And since obviously I want animals for various reasons, I'm going to want to get on that. So I figured I'd jump over here and collect this up, start composting it since it's going to take a minute to finish, and then start making dirt blocks, so that way I can come over here, because this is where I plan on making my animal pen. I'm going to start replacing these slabs down here with dirt blocks, put a few more torches out so that way there still won't be any hostile mob spawning area, and then this will sort of be my animal farm over here. So I'm going to get to that. So the other thing about having this wonderful cobblestone generator is that is one of the challenges. So I'm going to come in here to my book, open it up, you can see here, oh man, I have finished this off. So I'm going to go ahead and claim the reward for that and open up the next one, which is automated cobblegen, which requires a fair bit more cobblestone. And also, I don't think you'll be able to see it unless I just move it out of the way and show you. But let's come over here and I'll show you what I've been doing too. Because I've started working on another challenge. I'm just going to scoop that up real quick and put it away just in case the worst happens. I started work on another challenge here. And grab out actually some slabs. And that is to gain a second level below the first. So you can see here, I built a few slabs down. So let me get over in the water so that I will flow straight downward. Didn't quite hit my mark there. And let me jump out. Now you can see here, I have built a second level below the first, which is another one of the challenges. Now, due to the way that the hardcore questing mode mod is done, I did have to set something that was a little more direct as the actual challenge. So you can see here I probably have not actually hit it yet. Yeah, because you see I have to go a little bit that direction. I'm quite a bit of ways away from it because when I coded this challenge, I was standing basically on the spawn point. So I do have to get to those exact coordinates, which is just a little bit over there. But once I do, that challenge will be complete as well. And this is why I would never release a mod pack without thoroughly testing it myself. You can see here I'm making a platform out to finish out that challenge for the second floor below first, because this is the location that it got placed at in my test world. But I was wrong about the direction. As you can see, over there is my wonderful base, and out here is where I need to go. So I am slowly but surely building a small platform until I can get out there to where the actual location is. And then I will get back with you. And ding! There we go. So I can claim that reward too. As you can see, it was a rather long L-shaped platform. And now I've got to walk all the way back to the base and hopefully not fall off and die, because I made a very narrow platform just to get out to this location, which I will sadly probably never use again. And now I'm going to make the journey back. And here we are. After taking down all those leaves and putting them in the barrels, I got 30 pieces of dirt. So then I'm going to take my grass seeds, just going to plunk them down here in the middle. There you can see that transformed to a grass block. Now slowly this will spread. If I had a few more resources, there's a couple of ways that I could make it spread a little bit faster, but I'm still not really at the stage where I've got tons of resources just lying about for various things. So I gotta wait for this to spread out, and then hopefully some animals will spawn, and also I can eventually bone meal the ground so that way I can get flowers of various different kinds. Most especially what will pop up is tall grass, which will enable to get me even more seeds. And hopefully from that, I'll end up getting an essence seed. That's what I'm really shooting for now, is heading towards the essence seeds, heading towards the automated crafters, stuff like that. Probably the next thing that I'm going to start gathering resources for is going to be a autonomous activator to get that sieve up and running by itself. I did build a little platform down there, as you can kind of see through the fence there, the pseudo fence that I put up here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do down there, but I felt it was legitimate to actually put a second layer on here, down below, because that was the challenge from the original pack. But I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. Alright, so getting myself what I consider an essential part of the experience here. In 1.7.10, the recipe for this was updated slightly. It used to only take smooth stone here, and if you're on peaceful mode it does. I don't really intend to play on peaceful mode, even though I could have dropped the difficulty down to make it that way. I felt that that was just a little bit cheatery, so I stuck with the normal mode recipe because that's what I've been playing on, and I've got myself a watering can. That's fantastic. It'll help me out so much throughout my career here on the Sky Islands. So after you get it, it comes empty. You just have to go over to a water source. You can see I've got myself an infinite one here. Just right click on it, and then the bucket becomes a standard watering can. And from that point forward, you can just right click on things and it will water them. Since it's got bone meal in it, it will not as quickly as would actual bone meal, but it will help things grow. So for instance, over here where I'm waiting for this grass to spread, if I just start watering the dirt a little bit, then it will eventually cause the grass to spread out a little bit, or at least it did in 1.64. No, I'm quite sure that this works, because I even did this on another 1.7.10 pack. It's just taking its sweet time actually performing here. Oh, because it's night. Right. It will not do anything at night. Because the grass will not grow at night. It will only grow during the day. And as it's basically midnight, so I'm just going to jump forward a little bit for you, so that way you don't have to sit there and wait for the time to flow. So, it's already spread a little bit more. Here we go. And start pouring water on it. Oh, look at that. Look at it go. Look at it go. The watering can is fantastic at making grass grow. It is really good for other things too, like planting crops and things like that. It hits a 3x3 area, if I'm not mistaken, so it would hit that block where I'm pointing it, and then it would hit the 9 blocks around that block as well, or 8 blocks around it. Those 9 blocks there in the standard 3x3 fashion. So I got all the dirt to spread, turn into grass. So now we're going to try to gain some flowers and some seeds. So I'm going to hit it with some bone meal here. Bam, look at that. Look at all that. So, break it down. And you can see there I got some wheat seeds, which I think I already have. Some cotton seeds, which I'm pretty sure I don't have. And then a poppy and an oxy daisy. So let's do it again. There we go. More of the same. That one grew out quite a bit. There we go. Got some essence seeds and some grape seeds, which are also from the Magical Crops mod. It's a very basic sort of food material because he did add in, as well as the resource growing materials, he did add in some standard crops as well to give you more food options. Not that I think that food is really going to be a problem for me at this stage, because not only do I have a pretty good amount of apples there, you can see, but I also already have pumpkin and melon seeds. I also already have the potatoes and carrots as well. So I would not be hurting for food if I had decided to do a farm first. And I'm sure that several of you think that I should have done a farm first, but I gotta tell you, it's completely random, and sometimes it can take a really long time for these passive animal mobs to start spawning. So I really wanted to get that underway, because I really don't want to wait any longer than I have to for them, because as I'm sure several of you know, leather is a pretty premium resource. There's several other things there that I will be able to use also from the different animals. Just lots and lots of stuff that I'm going to want to get at some stage, and the less waiting that I have to do is the less waiting that you have to do. So I just figured I'd get that out of the way, and then I'll focus on the next couple of dirt blocks being turned into a farm of some sort. And one more thing before I forget, since I got enough quests completed to get myself 4 quarter hearts, I'm just going to put them in here and get myself a full heart. And then I'm going to pull that down here, munch on it. Now you can see down there that I have 3 lives remaining, because I just added 1 to my total. So there we go. I got back that first death that I really should not have done. It was a total rookie mistake. I was placing platforms and I just let go of shift. Something that nobody should really do if they've played Skyblock type maps as many times as I have. But oh well. Oh well, guys. I've got that life back. All is good with the world. And with that, I took a look at the footage, and we're hitting that 20-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and call this the 3rd episode. guys, we made a lot of progress. We got lots of lava, or at least the one bucket that we were really needing. Got our cobblestone generator up. We made a few accomplishments. We got back that life that we lost at the beginning. So, with that, I will say goodnight to you. I hope you all have a good day.